In today's video, we're going to take a look at what I think is the best mid-range TV that you have never heard of. Stay tuned. What's going on, guys? It's QuazyDog here, and like I mentioned before, today we're going to be taking a look at the panel that you can see right now behind me. This is the Q9 from Hisense. Now, you guys probably actually haven't heard of this TV before, and this is for a couple of different reasons. Now, reason number one is, of course, it is very new to market. As of recording this video, it's only been available for a couple of weeks, and as far as review samples and media marketing samples, this one behind me is actually the first and currently the only review sample currently on the market. With that being said, of course, this review and my opinions are not biased in any way, and I did make sure that I retained full creative freedom when accepting this product to make sure that I could keep you guys informed on the positives and the negatives surrounding the TV. Now, reason number two, why you've probably never heard of this model, is right now it is a Canadian exclusive. Now, if you're in the US, don't worry and don't click off the video, because I do want to let you know that this TV is actually available in the US under the model number of Hisense H9F. So without further ado, let's jump into what makes this TV so fantastic. For starters, the 65-inch Q9 features a 4K 120Hz VA display with motion rate 480, which helps make on-screen motion appear buttery smooth. HDR10 and Dolby Vision are both supported for HDR viewing and are driven by an amazing peak brightness of 1000 nits. This is all thanks to both its proprietary ULED technology paired with quantum dot and 132 zones of full array local dimming. The smart OS used on the Q9 is Android TV, allowing access to over 500,000 movies and TV shows from services like Netflix, YouTube, Google Play Movies, Crave TV, and more. Lastly, it offers both Amazon Alexa and Google Assistant support for hands-free voice operation, as well as built-in Chromecast functionality. Now, all these features are then wrapped in an ultra-sleek looking exterior with razor-thin floating bezels, a centered Hisense logo, dual 15-watt speakers, VESA mounting holes, and rear-mounted I/O. Oh yeah, and there's some pretty cool looking legs too. But let's get real, 65-inch TVs are made for wall mounting. I've been using my 65-inch Q9 in the office for about a week for gaming and multimedia consumption, and I can't help but smile every time I use it. Netflix content simply comes to life like I've never seen before, thanks to Dolby Vision, local dimming, and that 1000 nits of peak brightness. Not only that, but motion rate 480 has little to no artifacting that I can see, or that dreaded soap opera effect while viewing most mainstream media compared to other panels that I've seen with their motion smoothing options enabled. Direct viewing is fantastic on the Q9 with, of course, slight discoloration from off-angle viewing. This, of course, is to be expected from a VA panel, so plan your furniture layout accordingly. The 132 zone full array local dimming does a great job limiting its bloom and vignetting, having it only appear slightly when displaying smaller objects on a larger black background. Again, this is to be expected as the 132 zones can only be so small. You can, of course, limit this effect by lowering or completely disabling your full array local dimming. However, your picture will, of course, appear darker. Aside from movies and TV, this thing is an absolute gaming beast and may just be one of the best gaming TVs of 2019. 4K HDR is crisp and vibrant when gaming on my PS4 Pro, and with the game mode enabled, the input lag is suppressed down to a surprisingly low 16 milliseconds. Motion rate 480 can look a little messy on consoles due to its current 30 FPS limitation, so I simply choose to leave that off during my gaming sessions. Now, I'm curious to see how 4K 60 will look with motion rate 480 once Stadia comes to market, and whether or not it's actually picked up and adopted by the Android TV platform. Lastly, quantum dot panels don't suffer from burn-in issues like other competing technologies. This means that you guys can play your RPGs, your sports, your racing games, and really any other genre that may have static imagery displayed for long periods of time without any risk of burn-in whatsoever. Now, as amazing as the Q9 is, there's also a little bit of room for improvement here. Although the Android TV OS is feature-rich, it does tend to suffer slightly from occasional slowdowns if you're navigating too quickly or tuning your colors while you're watching 4K content. Now, this can be limited slightly by enabling developer mode and reducing your animation speeds either one step or turning them off completely. Now, some built-in apps like the YouTube app also do not support HDR natively, or at least not at the time of recording this video. As a workaround, you guys can cast your content from a smart device to the built-in Chromecast, and HDR will function and display perfectly fine. Lastly, as I mentioned before, this is a VA panel, so colors may shift in off-angle viewing. I've had no real issues myself, as personally I have the display very well centered in the middle of my office or sort of the living seating area portion. Now thankfully, all these concerns are software-based for the most part, and will hopefully be able to be corrected later on in the future with performance or patch updates. Now, outside of this video overview, I'll also have a YouTube playlist with various short videos testing out motion smoothing, upscaling, HDR effectiveness, and a lot more things as well. So if you're interested in seeing more on this TV, then definitely subscribe for more Q9 content in the future. So what do you guys think in the end of the Hisense Q9? Do you think it could be one of the best TVs for gaming and media consumption of 2019? Let me know in the comments below. Also, if you're looking to pick one up for yourselves or just want access to a full list of product specifications, I'll have purchase links with up-to-date pricing, availability, and product information in the video description below. But for now, that wraps up this video overview of the Hisense Q9, or the US variant, the Hisense H9F. If there's anything else that you want me to check out, or any more information that you need from me, be sure to drop it in the comments below. As always, my name is QuasiDog, you guys have been awesome, and we'll catch you all in my next video. Take care.